Good morning. I'm doing cardio. I'm 9 weeks out from my show and I'm getting pretty lean. Getting lean has reminded me, and talking to people recently who've lost a lot of weight using GLP-1 drugs like tirzepatide and semaglutide. And yeah, these drugs are revolutionary as far as weight loss goes. They control appetite, they regulate hunger hormones, they delay gastric emptying. So all of these things lead to less food intake and better glycemic control, which is fantastic. I'm not knocking these. The issue that I've heard a lot of people talk about and I've witnessed is that the drugs alone can't change body composition. Meaning, if you're 200 pounds and you lose 50 pounds without doing anything different in terms of changing your diet, changing your physical activity, you'd just be a small version of your overweight body, meaning you still have too much body fat in proportion to your overall body weight and likely not enough lean muscle mass. So how do you remedy that? You need to build muscle, maintain the muscle you have, and shed the excess fat, which can be done by changing your diet. The most important thing you can do is prioritize protein. Get at least 100 grams a day of protein. It sounds intimidating, but it's definitely doable. And ideally, this protein comes from real food, not from junk food with added protein. And incorporate resistance training, strength training that's going to help you preserve the muscle you have and hopefully build some new muscle. Because especially as we get older, what you don't want is to become frail, meaning weak, debilitated, and ultimately at risk for things like falls, bone fractures, and needing assistance with basic activities of daily living. So we're all going to get older, but the goal is to remain as functional and independent for as long as possible. One problem I hear people tell me when it comes to nutrition: how do I get in all my protein? Because ideally you want to be getting about a gram of protein per pound of your target body weight or ideal body weight, which is, for your average woman, maybe 120, 130 grams a day. I say, if you can aim for at least 100 grams of protein a day, just make that your goal. And even that is intimidating for a lot of people. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, just so you can get a good visual. So right here, let me turn my scale off. This here, 4 ounces or 120 grams of chicken breast. This has 37 grams of protein. So you can see it's not a huge amount. So if you buy whole chicken breasts, you're gonna you have a pound of chicken that is 4 4-ounce servings of protein. Yeah, maybe you don't want to eat that much chicken in a day, but it's totally doable without eating protein added junk foods. These are some of my meals for the day. I start with my egg and egg white frittata. This is 180 grams of egg white and 1 whole egg. So this ends up being 26 grams of protein. I get that right off the bat, first thing in the morning. I make these ahead of time and heat them up, and boom, start my day with a good healthy dose of protein. Each of my chicken meals has 37 grams of protein. I eat usually 3 of these chicken meals a day. I've got 2 of them right here. And then for dinner, I usually have a serving of beef, which is also 4 ounces, 37 grams of protein. Again, it's not a huge amount, but it all adds up. It takes a little planning, yeah, because, you know, carbs are easy to grab. All your prepackaged processed foods are usually carbohydrates, and they're easy to have prepared ahead of time, and they have good shelf life, so you can find them pretty much anywhere. Protein takes some planning, but it is definitely doable. So I just wanted you to see what it looks like. It's not a huge amount of food. Most of what I have here are veggies. In the off season, when I'm not trying to get super lean for the stage, I do eat a lot more carbs than what you see here. Carbs are not bad, but you want to make sure you're getting in your protein. And by getting in enough protein, you're going to fill up your caloric needs with protein, and you're just not going to have as much room for the extra carbs. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.